Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to Flint's Best Buns. Welcome back to those of you who saw our first show a few weeks ago, and welcome to any new folks who are here for the first time. I'm Dale Wayhill, your co-host, and this is...
I'm the best bun in town. I'm Evelyn Harrison, and this, my special best bun of Flint guest, is Father Dan Scheid of St. Paul Episcopal Church, the church with the heartbeat. And he will explain that to you.
Yes.
Just a second or two.
Well,
welcome, Father Dan.
Thank you for the invitation.
You're welcome.
It's great to be here. Yes. St. Paul's Episcopal Church, the church with a heart in the heart of the city. That is our motto, our tagline. And you know, if you look at our skyline, if you look at our steeple, how it's arranged, it looks kind of like that EKG, right? That shows that you've got a pulse, you've got a heartbeat. And we have been alive on that corner, the corner of Saginaw and 3rd Street, right downtown, since 1872. And the parish itself has been in existence even before that. 1840 was when the parish was formed. So even before Flint was a city, St. Paul's Episcopal Church was in the city, and in the heart of the city.
So it's like back in the buggy days,
Back in the buggy days,
buggy
indeed.
And horses and
before the bricks.
Before the bricks even got put down?
Before the bricks even got put down. And of course now it's back to the bricks weekend right now. Right. So we are right in the middle of all the action as well. We will have a food tent set up tomorrow, selling some hot dogs and other sorts of things. Free water. We're not going to charge folk for water in downtown Flint.
Okay, all right.
And then the proceeds from our food sales this year will go to Family Promise of Genesee County. Nice. That's one of the ministries that we're blessed to partner with.
Yeah.
So it's a real blessing to be able to really be the heart and the heart of the city in our town's major event this summer.
Wow. Would you mind just, for those who've never heard of
St. Paul's Episcopal Church? Heard of me?
Part of me.
Family Promise?
Family Promise.
There we go.
I did do my research, audience. I'm just so excited that Father Dan is sitting next to me. But could you just kind of like give us a little bit of tidbits about
I'll
Family
do my
Promise?
best.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, Family Promise is they're an independent 501c3, and what their purpose and point is to keep families who find themselves homeless together. Yeah. Most of the shelters are sex segregated, so families that find themselves in a hard spot, if they qualify for the Family Promise program, they are able to stay together as a family unit. And St. Paul's and a bunch of other partnering churches that have space host families for 1 week at a time. So the families don't have to scramble from night to night. They have a week of stability. They stay overnight in our classrooms. We feed them breakfast in the morning and dinner at night.
So this is right at the church.
Right at the church.
Wow.
And when our week is starting this coming Sunday, when our week is done, they will move on. Folk who need to move on will move on to another one of the partnering churches.
Wonderful.
So that Family Promise doesn't have to spend their resources on infrastructure of a physical shelter.
Right.
They can do programming. They can do things to help people get back on their feet and not have to spend their money on bricks and mortar.
So
they rely on churches for that.
Is this program the only family shelter in terms of father, mother, children in the county?
As far as I know,
at
least this model is the only model that's like it in this county.
Yeah,
so,
as you say, they're gender specific usually. Men here, women, and sometimes there's no space for children.
Right. So this way folk can stay together.
Well, Father Dan, how many families can St. Paul Episcopal Church host at one time?
Typically 4 to 5, and these are all screened and approved by Family Promise themselves. So we don't have to do any of the background work. We simply provide hospitality. We and the other churches who do that. So and of course, like any nonprofit that does good work, they're in need of funds, no money. So we're blessed to be able to support them with the proceeds of tomorrow's Back to the Bricks hot dog tent sale.
That is just awesome. I love that. So, if somebody wants to donate, I know you do.
Family Promise of Genesee County. Just look them up on Google. You'll find them easy.
You can Google it.
Yep.
and
Absolutely.
be generous.
Absolutely.
So wonderful.
Yeah, and we do other hospitality things at St. Paul's. Of course, you know, Evelyn, you've been
Yes,
coming
I
down
do.
to our every Tuesday lunch now for several weeks.
Can you see that?
Yep.
Are these called biceps?
The top ones are biceps and the bottom ones are triceps.
Okay.
And you
We're
got 'em.
Buns. We're
I
Buns.
got them. I got them.
You got 'em.
I tell you, I love the program at St. Paul Episcopal Church, feeding the unsung and people that we don't even know about, but they know about St. Paul and Father Dan and the wonderful staff there. And they have delicious food. And believe it or not, the audience is just so thankful and they're just so appreciative, and they love Father Dan.
Well,
They love him. And I'll tell you what I really like about what you do.
Mm-hmm.
You make it a point to welcome each and every one. And he sits at just about everybody's table and chit chat. And I just said, oh my God, that is just so,
I do like to
just
work
so
a room.
wonderful.
I
And
do like to work a room.
And he works it. He works it.
So
Yes, he
this
does.
is a free lunch.
This is a free
Free
lunch
lunch.
every Tuesday. We open
Good
up.
lunch.
We open up at 10:30 we have coffee and toast and fruits and vegetables, that sort of thing. And then starting at noon, we serve a hot cooked lunch.
Okay.
And doors close at
Wow.
1 o'clock. So
Now, see, that's news to me because I didn't know that you did the breakfast thing.
Yeah, because you're doing other volunteering. So you
Yeah,
come in.
I'm
So
with
you
the
come in after
babies.
we're started. So
I'm with the babies.
So we've been doing this for 15 years or so.
Okay.
Wonderful.
It's a parish parishioner run program, and I just get to like you say, I get to drink coffee and work
Yeah.
the room. So I got the best gig on Tuesday morning of anybody in town, I think.
You do.
Yep.
You do.
Yep.
Well, listen,
Yes.
Father Dan, I also know that St. Paul is involved in Crossroads.
Crossover downtown.
Crossover, not Crossroads.
Crossover Downtown Outreach
Yes.
Ministries
Yeah.
is another partnering ministry of ours. And Crossover was formed over 25 years ago.
Okay.
And they were formed by a consortium of downtown churches as a way to have kind of a one-stop resource center for people who are in need. So Crossover is located on Court Street, and they are right in the middle of a capital campaign and a building campaign because they've outgrown their space.
Wow,
Crossover
wonderful.
has a food pantry on site. They have clothing available for men, women, and children. They do all kinds of things. They have a back to school backpack giveaway. They do Christmas presents. If you find yourself coming out of homelessness and into an apartment, they have housewares and things that are available for folk as well to get you set up back in a new living situation. Most everything is done by referral, so that folk can come in and get the resources that they need.
We'll have to have Craig Levitt on future
absolutely.
Best Buns program.
Yep.
He's the executive
Craig
director.
Levitt is the executive director of Crossover, and he's a parishioner of St. Paul's Episcopal Church.
Yes,
So-
really.
so
Wonderful, wonderful.
I am proud to know him.
And
So
the other churches that are part of the consortium, it's First Pres?
First Presbyterian, which is across the street from us,
Court
Street, United Methodist, and Riverside Tabernacle
Wonderful.
over on Chavez.
That
so
is
those four
wonderful.
churches comprise the board and the primary church support for Crossover. So, yeah, we're plugged in, in a number of outreach
Yeah.
ways, right from our little spot in downtown on Saginaw Street.
That is wonderful because I just thought it was just a place where one would come if they needed clothing and personal items. But to do so much more, I don't think that information is really out. That
To the people who need to know
knows?
about it.
Oh, okay, because-
and to the donor base too. I mean, Crossover is blessed because it's such a well-run organization that they really have good funding partners
Well,
as
that
well.
is
And of
just
course, in the
wonderful.
midst of a capital campaign, they're looking for more resources, of course, because they're attempting to grow. But they're a fine organization, and they really are helpful because people can go and get so much of the resources that they need in one spot, which allows then the partnering churches to
Yeah.
focus on other things.
Well, I think it's just wonderful. I mean, I'm learning. What about you, Dale?
I'm learning every day.
All right.
I'm in
It's just
education,
wonderful.
and that's what it's all about. I do have a question.
Yes.
So when I typically think of churches, I don't always think of them, many of them, as the most welcoming places. And I know that you all at St. Paul's have a special outreach to the LGBTQ community.
Absolutely.
Would you talk about that for the people watching, and in case there are some folks out there that are looking for a
Certainly.
church
Oh,
home
yep.
that may not feel welcome elsewhere?
Yep, would be happy to. Yeah, St. Paul's. Churches all say that their doors are open and we welcome everybody. We believe especially that folk in the LGBTQ community need to be especially welcomed into churches, because for so long, folk in that community have been kind of shunned and marginalized, not only by greater society, but certainly by many churches. Right. So for us, it's more than just saying, come on in, but keep your identity, keep who you are to yourself. That's not good enough. Come on in and be authentic as to who you are. That's what's important. And I think because the church for so long has been intentional in its keeping people away, right, the church needs to be equally intentional about opening its doors and welcoming people. So yes, we are a welcoming church,
an affirming church. Right.
So folk, LGBTQ folk, and their allies.
Right.
If you're looking for a place that has a more progressive and welcoming outlook.
Well, you
check
know
us
what?
out.
That's why I love St. Paul Episcopal Church. You are true to the saying, come as you are.
Come as you are.
Come as you are.
Yep.
And I just think you can't get in.
And even though we're a fancy looking church on the outside,
Beautiful.
don't think you have to wear a fancy dress or a jacket and tie on Sunday morning.
No.
You can't see it because I'm hidden behind this table, but I'm gonna stand up. I'm wearing jeans. Most of the time this is what I wear. So so thank you for asking that question.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're also open for art walks, aren't you?
We are open, yes.
So
St.
people
Paul's
want to explore the building.
Yeah, St. Paul's has a fine history of participation in the arts. We're open for art walk, as you said, the second Friday of the month downtown. So 6 to 9 is when a number of places downtown are open, and St. Paul's opens our space to artists as well. But folk often come in to look at the architecture of the church as well.
Which is
the organ pipes, the stained glass windows, etc. And also part of the arts is St. Paul's has a fine legacy of music. Not only our pipe organ, which is the one of the largest in the region, but we're also starting a new musical program this fall in September called Music in the Heart of the City.
In the heart of the city.
So it is a our music director is going to kill me here. It's either 6 or 8 concerts that we have scheduled over the course of the next few months.
Wow.
That
Wonderful.
will be primarily classically based, but we're also branching out to try to have some other types of music as well. Our acoustics at St. Paul are spot on. The building was built well for that
Will
kind
there be
of use.
Instruments in addition to the organ?
Instruments in addition to the organ, and some will involve the human voice as well.
Nice.
So if you go to our website, if you Google us as well, you'll be able to find that information on the Music in the Heart of the City program starting next month.
Okay.
So continuing on that heritage of fine music, which this city is known for. Let's face it, this city is known for tremendous music, and we're blessed to play a small part of that.
Absolutely.
Oh my God, the pipes. Have you ever seen their pipes?
The pipes are calling.
I'm telling you, it is. You gotta come visit and hear the pipes, the organ, the not only that, but the congregation. Everybody is just full of love, and you certainly will meet Father Dan.
Yeah.
He'll greet you and give you a hug and tell you all about himself.
And are you relatively new to the Flint community?
I am. I'm
Tell
blessed.
us a little bit about yourself.
You bet. My wife Kate and I moved here just over 3 years
And she's
ago.
gorgeous. She's gorgeous.
She is.
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
She is. We came here from Benton Harbor, Michigan, over on the other side of the state. I was there for 10 years and accepted the call to be the rector of St. Paul's just over 3 years ago. Moved here in May of 2015. In fact, you were among the first people I met when your shop was our neighbor.
Yes, I was the very first one. And he has a member at his church that tells the story that I knew about Father Dan before he knew, and he's a member.
How about that?
I love it, though. I love that story.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, really happy to have accepted the call to be the rector of St. Paul's in Flint. My wife and I live in the city, so we work. I work and live in the city, but just over a mile away from the church. I was comfortable, happy, doing a good job in Benton Harbor. Great community, great parish. But I had thought to myself, if I ever do move, I'd be really interested in being the rector of a downtown parish in a church that's got some flavor and some opportunity and some challenge.
Wonderful.
And certainly Flint has flavor and opportunity and challenge. So,
and we're so glad you're here.
Thank you.
I just
So I'm feeling well suited to life and ministry here in Flint. I've gotten myself fairly involved in the community with things both in the religious and in the secular scene. So no shortage of things to do to keep anybody busy.
And I'll tell you something.
Who wants to get plugged in?
Father Dan was ready because when he first got here, I was just opening up and I went down the street to get a paper, right? Who did I see walking out of the church and hitting the pavement? Father Dan on his very first day. He made sure, and he did this every day. You still do it. He still does it. He made himself available and known, introduced himself to all of the business people downtown. So, and I just thought that was just like, not odd, but wow.
Different.
Awesome. It's different.
Yeah.
I mean, how often do you hear that?
Well, and
actually see it.
But what makes that possible is that I have an excellent parish staff and excellent parish volunteers.
You
so I don't have to be tied to my desk, to my office, doing administration and all other sorts of things. We've got really good people who take on so many leadership roles, not only the paid staff, but also the parishioners who volunteer and head up so many ministries. That gives me the space then
to get out,
to be able to be out in the community and not have to focus on a lot of the other administrative things. Folk do so much.
We're very happy that you're able to provide leadership in the community. I know the water crisis was just starting when you came here, and you've personally been involved in that issue, and
it was
the church as an institution.
Yep. Not as much as many, of course. I mean, there have been some real hard-working congregations and pastors in Flint who
takes a village, right?
It takes a village, but within our particular component, certainly, like many churches, we handed out water by the hundreds and hundreds of cases. Where we have focused our energies since in response to the water crisis, to the lead crisis, is because we already have a feeding program, as we've talked about. And we know Dr. Mona and others have told us that certain foods help mitigate the effects of lead. So with the monies that we received from Episcopalians all around the country, from our diocese, our local adjudicatory, and from the Episcopal Church nationally, the Episcopal Relief and Development, which helps with folk after time of crisis, we were able to raise a significant amount of money to be able to add those foods into our already well-running feeding program. Not only at St. Paul's, but also at our sister church, St. Andrew's Episcopal Church, which is just right around the corner from where we're sitting on the corner of Davison and Iowa. So very nearby. So St. Andrew's Episcopal Church has a soup kitchen 3 days a week, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And so St. Paul's serves as the fiduciary of those funds, and then St. Andrew's and Crossover, draw from those funds to be able to supplement their food pantry, their soup kitchen, and such with fresh lead-fighting foods.
Yeah, so those nutritious foods have mitigated in many cases the effects of lead. Although I gather you can never permanently or get rid of lead completely or the cognitive issues it causes, but you can help fight it.
You can help, and certainly good nutrition regardless.
Right.
Good nutrition is so important, and especially for folk who are on the margins. Good nutrition just helps with overall health. I mean, Evelyn, you're a chef, you're a cook, that, right?
I know.
Good cooking not only makes the heart and soul and stomach happy, but it also makes bones and tissue strong too.
There you go.
Yep.
There you go. That's wonderful.
Yeah, so it really was an easy transition for us, not to have to start a brand new program, but simply to supplement what we already do pretty well.
I like it.
Pretty well anyway.
Well, we thank you for coming in today.
Oh, well, this is.
I know you're a man on the move.
Yeah,
I know. You sure you can't stay a few more hours with us?
No,
I mean, John, can he stay, John?
No.
If you can stay, we can stay.
Just like any sermon, you know when it goes too long. In fact, if my wife were here, I would be looking out at her,
Right.
like I do on Sunday mornings,
Oh.
and she kind of gives me the wink or the nod when
There
it's
you
maybe
go.
time to wrap it up. So,
Okay.
so she's not here, but I'm picturing her.
There you go.
Look,
Right
at,
behind the camera.
right behind the camera, saying it's time to wrap it up. So,
Okay, well, we're going to wrap it up so that way you won't have to have, you know how some pastors say, can I get 2 more minutes? That's, you're done.
I'm done.
You're
Well,
done.
thanks again. We appreciate you coming on our second show.
oh, Dale, thank you. I
Yeah.
love
And
Dale
thank you so much. And I will see you next Tuesday.
All right.
Oh, I just love this guy.
All right.
You hear me, Miss Scheid? I love him. You heard it from the woman herself.
All
So
right.
stay tuned. We got more Flint's Best Buns coming up.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
person watching via
anything.
Are we on?
Are we showing?
Hey, welcome back. We are.
Hey, welcome back. Yeah.
So you may have noticed that the chair's empty.
Well, it's not that we put anybody out. We're just waiting for our next special Best Bun guest. She should be on her way, and I'm going to hold her name until she gets here.
It's a super secret special guest.
Yeah, but it's,
we'll say that she works for one of the premier organizations, institutions.
We could say
for
that
years and years and years.
For years
in the city of Flint.
In the city of Flint, part of the cultural.
On the cultural center campus.
Yes.
But it's not what you would think of as a cultural center institution in terms of art or music.
That's true.
So what's our next hint? What do they have there? They have.
What do they have there? Can I say books?
Yeah.
Oh,
they have books.
I can say books. I can also say music. Well, computers.
Computers, definitely. They also have the genealogical association headquarters.
Yes, they do.
Where you can study your family tree going way back.
Well, I'll tell you, I did it. You know, that genealogy thing? That was scary.
It was?
It was.
What'd you find out about yourself?
Well, hey, my tree, honey, I tell you. My tree and the branches on my tree. But we're going to save that for a special podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty deep.
You've intrigued me. Now you've left them with a cliffhanger.
Yeah, I love cliffhangers, don't you guys? Love it,
There seems to be some activity behind the camera, so I wonder if our very special secret guest is here. Possibly.
No, John is on his way back. But
so tell me, why don't we talk a little bit? So we named this podcast Flint's Best Buns.
Yeah, we did.
And I'm betting there are some folks watching that don't know the full history of that term and how it came about and your history as a businesswoman,
yes,
as an entrepreneur,
yes,
as a baker,
yes,
as a chef,
yes,
all of those things.
So
yes. I'm going to interview you, Evelyn.
Are you going to interview me?
Evelyn.
Oh my God, yes.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and how we came up with Flint's Best Buns.
Well, you know what? That came about 2002. When I moved downtown, had a little bakery called Rose Already, the best buns in town. Now, the best buns in town was really for my delicious, buttery cinnamon rolls. You know, I did get a chance to ship those throughout the United States, and that was one of my dreams, and thank you, Lord. And I'm still doing it. I'm still, doing
it online now, though, right?
Yes, I am. Oh, and if you get a chance, tune in to my new post that I have on Facebook, Miss Evelyn's Sunday Desserts. Now, I haven't done any cinnamon rolls lately, but I will, and you can order too as well.
And we can follow you on Instagram.
And you can follow me on Instagram.
I want to know why I haven't been invited over for Sunday supper. I see the pictures.
You will.
My mouth is watering.
And I'm telling you something. That
stomach is churning, mouth watering.
And those pictures are me.
Yeah.
Truly me. Nothing out of a magazine or out of a cookbook. It's me, Dale.
Homegrown.
Homegrown, honey. Right here in Flint, Michigan.
How long have you been cooking?
Oh, Dale. Oh, my God.
You take this up at an early age?
Well, at home in Pine Bluff, Arkansas, they start you out young, baby.
Right.
They'll put you on a stoop and put you up by the stove, and you're going to be doing something. But I would say probably when I really got serious about it, age 12.
Really?
Yeah. I ate a lot, though, and then I got serious,
That's awesome.
And then,
but you went to Mott Community College?
Oh, yes, I went to Mott Culinary, which is an awesome program. Any of you that have that entrepreneur culinary spirit and you really want to learn how to do your thing, their thing, everybody's thing, go to Mott. Go to Mott. It's the best the best. No, what's the slogan? It's the smart choice.
We say we're ready for. If you're ready for more, we're ready for you at Mott Community College.
Yeah, if you're ready for more, we're ready for you.
And we are. We're about to open up in January.
Yeah.
A brand new Mott Culinary Institute
Yes.
at the corner of Saginaw and Second.
And Second, yes.
And we're hoping to have a chef who's one of our faculty members, but also a chef, Mr. Mark Handy. I don't know if we heard back from him.
I thought that was going to be a hush-hush.
Oh,
Doggone it. Well, anyway.
forget that part.
Anyway,
We'll have
it's
John
out.
edit that out.
Yeah, but anyway, you didn't hear that, but he is awesome, and I'm trying to get him to come on our podcast to, talk a little bit about the culinary department, and of course, they won the what was that? The
It's
trophy.
like a national quiz bowl for
quiz bowl.
knowledge around cooking and baking and
Yeah,
restaurants.
I thought we brought the trophy home, but I guess the trophy is kind of like stationary. It just stays there, and it don't move around. So
But Mott got the gold this year, I think.
I know we got the gold. We brought the gold home. Just like Carissa Shields bringing the gold home.
So if someone wanted to look at your website, you got a website?
No, I don't have a website.
How would they get a hold of you if they wanted to buy some cinnamon buns or
Oh my
something else?
God, I am on Facebook. Miss Evelyn's Sunday Desserts. Yeah.
You have that has its own Facebook page?
Well, no, not his face. Well, it has a page. But
Okay.
if you want to get in contact
Evelyn
with me,
Harrison.
Evelyn Harrison, there you go. Check me out.
I've noticed you actually have two profiles on Facebook. Are you aware of that? With two different pictures.
Yes. Now.
Is one a Russian troll out of Moscow trying to confuse people?
Jeez. You tell all my business. Oh, she's here. She's here. Our
Special guest?
Our special guest is here. Bless her heart. Okay. All right. Drum roll. Ooh, drum roll. So, how do we do this?
Well, I think she's going to walk in.
What I'll do is put the image up. She can walk in, and so then I'll bring it back up and drop it.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds
All
good.
right.
This is worth the wait. This is worth the wait.
Yeah, this is worth it.
Drum roll.
Yay.
We have none other than Wanda Harden. Hello.
All right. Okay.
From Flint Public Library.
Oh, Miss
Please
Best
join us.
Bun.
Hi! Mwah. Good to see both of you.
Welcome to Best Buns of Flint.
All
Yes.
right.
And you are a Best Bun.
I'm a best bun. Woo-hoo.
Yes, you are. And we love you. We love you. We love you.
Oh.
Oh my God, I am so excited. You know what? I finally got your title
You did?
right.
Okay.
I want to say it though.
Okay.
This is Miss Wanda Harden. She is, check this out now, listen very closely. She is the community engagement and communications manager at the Flint Public Library.
Is that the longest title they have at the library?
know, right?
It probably is. But you do a lot.
I do a lot.
She does so much. And she's here to tell us about what the happenings over at the Flint Public Library.
Absolutely. We have all kinds of things going on. We're your place to learn for life.
Oh, yeah.
That's your mission.
That's our mission, to be Flint's place to go to learn for life from twinkle to wrinkle.
And
Okay.
speaking of Twinkle,
Wrinkle.
And of course, we focus on children and literacy,
Yes.
and we focus on our building being a place for community, and also we focus on educating our community about technology.
Wonderful.
So there's all kinds of things happening at the library, aside from books.
Right.
We have all kinds of things going on coming up soon. The Blues on the
the
Library
blues on the lawn. Oh my
You
God.
had me at booze. Tell me more about
Blues
this.
Oh,
on
yeah.
the library lawn.
Oh, blues.
And blues.
I thought you said booze. So.
No,
That
you know,
too.
we don't.
No booze.
But I don't know if they, do a little, what do they call it when you meet out in the parking lot?
Like a pre-party?
Yeah,
Tailgate.
I don't know, tailgate. They
We'll
might
have a
be
Best Buns
tailgating.
tailgate.
Yeah, they might be tailgating out there. But anyway, Saturday, August the 25th, after the crim, in the
Okay.
evening, 6 to 10 p.m.
6 to 10.
Free.
Free. Did you hear that?
Free. That's
Free.
right. Free, and we usually have over 500 people. Leslie always
wow.
says it's
Oh,
close
my
to 1,000.
gosh.
She
Right
says
out
on
on the
this
lawn.
count. That's right. Right
Wow.
out there on the lawn, we have a big tent.
Beautiful.
And we have
wonderful.
food vendors.
Okay.
And Maurice Davis is our headliner.
The blues man.
The Blues Man. We also have
Okay.
Greg Ellis. He's a fabulous.
yeah.
He's been with us several years. We
How about
have,
if I hold this up
yeah,
while
new
you-
up and coming. We have Nikel Johnson
Oh.
and Fee Owens, and we also have new this year Twyla Birdsong.
All right, Twyla.
That's right.
Love
That's
it.
right. And so that's going to be a great
So it's
time.
4 hours, 6 to 10.
4 hours, 6 to 10.
6 to 10.
Free. We have
Nice
food vendors.
Saturday night.
Yeah, we're going to have the ice cream trolleys going to be out there.
Oh, okay. Wonderful.
And, right, Miss Steen's barbecue and also Charlie's barbecue. Now Miss Steen's going to sell all
Charlie's
kinds of things.
barbecue.
Yeah,
Oh,
from
my
the,
God.
from the farmers market.
You got some big hitters going to be out there. Name hitters. Wow.
Yeah. So we tried to have a little something for everybody. Of course, Charlie's going to do the barbecue.
Yeah.
And then Miss Steen's going to do hamburgers, hot dogs.
Okay.
And she'll do a few little rib tips, but she's also going to do tacos.
Tacos.
And fish. Fried fish.
Oh my gosh.
With our last guest, we were talking about healthy,
Oh my
nutritious
God.
food.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about comfort food. You got to have a life of balance.
There you go. You got to have that balance somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, fish is healthy.
Well, except for the fried part.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the ice cream trolley said that they're going to try to do something called a smoking dragon.
Okay.
And it's
What
something
is
about
that?
the ice cream and you eat it and you blow and you have the smoke.
It's like
Yeah.
the hot ice.
Yeah.
You mean dry ice, right?
Dried ice.
Well, hot, dry. Thank you, Best Bun, for correcting.
Yes. But anyway, this should be a fun time. Again, it's
Yeah.
free. We look forward to the community coming out and sharing with us on that.
And they will.
Yeah, they
You
usually
won't be
do.
disappointed.
There
Yeah.
you go. And it's like I said, it's free. It's a lot of fun. People come out. They sit under the tent. Sometimes they bring their chairs or a blanket even.
You do have a
Just lay
beautiful
out
lawn there on
Oh,
Kersley
gorgeous.
Street.
Yeah,
It's a nice
and
area.
knock on wood, we've not had rain, so we're.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, so
How
we're
many
looking
times
forward.
have you done this program?
This is our fifth.
Fifth time, okay.
This is our fifth.
Seems like it's been going on longer than that.
Yeah,
seems like.
no, this is our
You know,
fifth.
I'm
Yeah,
saying, okay, wow, that's wonderful.
Yeah, we're really
Wonderful.
excited about that. And then of course we always have a lot of things for children. And everybody thinks, because the summer reading program's over, that, they can just, lay back and there's nothing going on. Well, guess what? There is.
There is.
We have all
okay.
kinds of fun stuff this coming Saturday at 2:00. We have Vaudeville Bill and his rock and roll show.
No.
So come on out
So
at 2
August
o'clock.
18th.
That's the 18th. That's
Okay.
this coming Saturday.
All right.
And then next week, the 25th, same day as our Blues on the Library Lawn, we'll have Ming the Magnificent. But Ming's going to be doing something a little different. He's going to teach kids how to build, and adults too if they want to come,
Okay.
build a better car.
Okay.
Oh, I need
Out
to
of
go there. I need to be there.
You're going to build it out of
I need a
recycled
better car.
materials. Well, small model race cars.
Oh,
But
okay.
kids get a chance to actually build their own car and along with their families.
Right.
So it can be
Wonderful.
wonderful family time and actually race those
Yeah.
cars. So
Kids love that hands-on.
Yeah, they do.
Exactly.
They do.
And he does a really great job with the kids. And like I said, by the time it's over, kids have cars. They've been able to race a little bit.
Yeah.
And the families get to help, sit and help them put things together. So
That
that's
is
always
just
a fun
wonderful.
time.
Well,
Yeah.
you also have a beautiful children's section at the
Yes,
library.
we do.
You talk about that for
We
those
do.
people that might
Absolutely.
not know what's available there.
We have what we call our children's learning place.
Okay.
And not only do we have books, but we have what we call playaways,
Okay.
which is like a little tablet that's pre-programmed. You can check those out. Sometimes people don't even know we have those.
Oh, wow.
You can check them out just like a book for 3 weeks. They're all programmed with some of them are math alphabets, but they're always fun games. So kids are
Wow.
learning while
Right.
they're playing.
Right.
And that's really important. Also in our children's room, we have a little puppet studio. We have a kitchen.
I've seen the puppet studio.
We
I love
have our light tables where kids
Yeah.
build towers. We have our Lego tables, and so there's all kinds of fun things. And 2 big comfy couches for mom and dad.
Oh my God.
So, they
Sleepy
can
time.
sit there and watch the kids or check out a book and read while
Yeah.
the child is playing.
That
And
is
our
fun.
magnificent children's librarians, of course, are experts in their own right.
Absolutely.
So, it's the place to go when you need to know.
There you go.
Absolutely. And you and I were talking about some of the hidden treasures.
Oh yeah.
The hidden treasures of the Flint Public
Oh, yeah.
Library. And so I want to get you to help me with some of those.
All right, let's see.
All right. So we have downloadable books. We'll start with that
Oh,
one.
yeah, nice.
And we downloadable books means if you have a Flint Public Library card,
Uh-huh.
from the comfort of your home, you can search the online library and download books onto your smartphone, your computer, your tablet.
Wow, that is really
Now,
neat.
is that a free service?
That's a free
It
service
is.
with your
Wow.
Flint Public Library.
yeah.
free,
card.
once again, free.
You know, it's the importance of having that library card. All you do is you go in and you plug in your library card number and a PIN number, and you're set to go.
Right.
We also
Oh, nice.
have Linda Library. Linda Library is a set of hundreds of videos that teach you how to do things.
Okay.
For example, if you want to learn how to do something like this, they have
podcast?
a podcast that would be on there. If you wanted to know how to do Word, Excel, coding, all kinds of programs, how to use your digital camera, how to create a research paper, all of those kinds of things you can do for free with Linda Library using your Flint Public Library card.
There's
Now,
a
people
theme
pay
here.
for that
I
service.
say there's a theme here. You
There's a
have the
theme
Flint-
here.
Flint
There's a
Public Library
theme
card.
here.
And it's Lindo, LYNDA.com.
LYNDA.com. Make sure you have your Flint Public Library card. When you go in, it's going to say, what library are you from? You put in Flint Public Library.
Okay.
It says, give me your library card number. You plug that in. What's your PIN? Bam.
Oh my
Access
gosh.
to hundreds of them. In fact, I needed to do something with a list.
Yeah.
I needed to take the list, not alphabetize it, but to take all the addresses out that didn't have an address because they were wrong addresses.
Yeah.
Put those
Right.
at the bottom,
Right.
alphabetize
Right, you're
stuff
sorting,
at the top.
right? Yeah.
Exactly. And it showed me how to do that.
I'll be doggone.
Showed me how to do
Linda,
that.
Linda knows it all.
And-
Linda, hey,
Yeah,
We're going
and-
to have her on a future
I was
show.
going to say, we got to bring Linda here. You
You
know.
know, and the fun part about Linda is, say you want to know something specific.
Yeah.
You can search that, and it'll take you to that part of the video.
Oh, wow.
So you don't have to watch the whole thing if you don't want
Okay.
to.
Well, let me ask you something.
Yes.
You think Linda probably could, if I put in, I'm looking for a special guy.
I don't know if Linda's that.
Well, all right.
hey,
Linda only
hey.
does so much.
We call that Match.com. I'll help you with that.
Oh, doggone. Okay. I knew somebody out there probably wanted to ask that question, and I just thought I'd ask.
Yeah, you weren't asking for yourself. You're
I know,
asking for a faithful viewership.
Yeah. Okay.
So what else
And then
you
the
got?
next item is called Book and Expert. Okay? So,
Yeah.
you know, you have that phone or you have that tablet, you can't figure it out. You want to do something in Word or Excel, you can't figure it out. You call the library with
Yeah.
that library card number
That
because
library-
they're going to want to
Here's
know.
the theme
Okay,
again.
gotta have
Do you
that number.
have that library card and that number?
Okay.
You can book a one-on-one with a librarian who will actually sit with you and help you through that issue. And there's just
Okay.
all
That is
kinds
so
of things.
It's for
wonderful.
You have
technology.
tablets, you have downloading ebooks, just all kinds of things. Learning Express,
Right.
even Linda's. We have all
Social
kinds.
media.
Exactly. So all kinds of things that you could
Yeah.
do with that library card.
Uh-huh.
Another one is access to digital magazines. You know, a lot of times we spend a lot of money on magazines.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And digital access gives you access to over 300 magazines. Again, with that library card, you plug it in, and it'll actually say, hey, the latest issue of Oprah is available.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is
the
it
latest issue-
magazines or newspapers too?
Magazines.
Just magazines,
Just
okay.
magazines on that one.
Yeah.
Digital magazines. So there's all kinds of hidden treasures at the library.
I love that.
And
Little nuggets.
yeah, and you know, for those who are looking to do their genealogy, for example,
I was going to ask you about that because that's a hidden treasure.
That is a-
absolutely,
Some things need
absolutely.
to stay hidden, but that's another show.
We are very fortunate to have volunteers from the Genesee County Historical Society
Right.
who actually man a desk at the library
Right.
and will
Wow.
assist you. And then the other piece is with that library card.
That library card.
And you're at the Flint Public Library, you can access Ancestry.com for free while you are there.
Seriously?
Yeah, absolutely. As long as you're in the library and you're searching, you can access that information for
And those
free.
volunteers, at least I know one of them, Nick Luck, a younger guy, who will help you navigate Ancestry and
That's
help
right.
you build your family tree. He's
Yeah.
helped me before.
Yeah, we
is awesome.
we have some great volunteers,
Yeah.
and people come from from all over Genesee County and farther to get that assistance. And because we have a large local history collection too.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we think preserving our history is very important. So if you come to the Flint Public Library, you'll notice a whole large section devoted to just our local history.
Wonderful. Oh my gosh.
How old is the Flint Public Library? It's not always been in that location, right?
No, it has not always been in that location. It is older than the city of Flint.
Okay.
That location, I think, is coming up on 73, 74.
Okay.
So what was the first original location?
The original
didn't even know that.
location was above a jewelry store. The library was founded by the Ladies Library Association.
Oh my.
Sounds very genteel.
Yes. And you would pay a little fee to join, and they would buy books and exchange the books. And then they wanted to become larger, and they built the Carnegie Library.
Okay.
And that was the first time they had a male head librarian.
Okay.
Before that, they were women librarians. So then when they built the Carnegie Library, of course it was a full-scale library. They wanted to give it to the city of Flint. And the city of Flint did not want it.
Oh.
So they gave it to the Flint school board, the Flint School District, right. So they were part of the Flint School District until the end of Gloria Cole's reign as the director. And at that point, the library spun off. It is now a district library.
Yes.
It owns that building. And yeah,
Wow.
It's a beautiful. I think it's a beautiful example of mid-century.
it is mid-century
architecture.
modern.
I just love the lines.
Yeah.
It's a cool space. I know it needs some work.
It does.
Like
it
any,
needs
like
some
any
work,
older
and
building, but it's gorgeous.
we have been looking at what are the possibilities for that building, and so in the future you'll probably hear more about
we'll look forward
that
to
because we the Mott Foundation did give us a grant to hire an architect to give us some idea of what were the possibilities of redesigning that building in that footprint.
Right.
And so that's going to be some exciting.
Wonderful.
Yeah, right now it's it's not a campaign. It's just a plan that we're looking at and we're sharing and talking about the feasibility.
You got to have your feasibility study
exactly.
before you can
have the feasibility. Right.
Tell us about family literacy, the importance of that for our community, and the library's role in it, in that effort.
Sure. The Flint Public Library is a part of the Flint and Genesee Literacy Network, first of all. We think that's a really important part of our community and changing literacy in our community, the landscape of literacy in our community. But the Flint Public Library provides resources. The Flint Public Library helps support literacy. We help support parents reading to children. One of our biggest programs right now, of course, is the Dolly Parton Imagination Library.
I've heard so much about that.
All right, here's my pitch. If you are a parent of a child 0 to 5 and you live in Flint, zip codes 48501, 02, 03, 04, 05, 06, 07, 48532. You need to have that child signed up. And when I say 0, I mean 2 weeks old. If that baby is 2 weeks old, you can sign that baby up to receive a free book mailed to the home every month until they are 5 years old.
That is wonderful.
And that's the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. We encourage everyone in Flint, if you have a child, please sign up. It's free. You can do it online as well. Just go to the Flint Public Library's website.
And parents and caregivers and grandparents can read
to children. We want to create book-rich households.
Right.
You know, we love it when people come to the library with their library card, and kids can get a library card at birth too. But you can come, we love it to have them come in and check out books. But we want to create book-rich households. And so that's one of the ways that we are helping to create a book-rich household.
And make sure that your library card is updated.
That's right. That's
you don't
right.
want to go in there
once a year and visit us.
Once a year. Only got to do it once a year.
Absolutely.
So how does someone get a library card? Do they have to physically come in? Can they do that online? How does that work?
They do have to come in currently.
Okay.
If I'm out and about and they see me at the many resource fairs around, I will fill out a library card application, take it back contact with me, right, and then they'll mail it out. But right now, we do need you to come on in, visit us, sign up, and you'll get a card right then that you can use, and then they'll mail it out.
Is it for city residents only?
No.
Anybody. Tell us about that.
Yes, anybody in Genesee County can sign up for a Flint Public Library card. Absolutely.
Wonderful.
That's wonderful,
Absolutely.
isn't it? That's great. Well, I've got
really,
mine.
The revenue that you get to operate is really just your millage in the city.
That
though,
is
right?
correct.
But you're being generous
That's
by
correct.
saying our mission is to serve humans.
That's right.
Humanity, literacy, learning. So you open your doors.
Absolutely, absolutely.
wonderful.
Because people who live in Flint migrated outside of Flint,
Right.
and they still have a connection to
Right.
Flint.
And they probably have family and certainly
Absolutely.
friends. And, yeah.
Absolutely. Or like many of us, we work in Flint. We might live outside of Flint, but we
Yeah.
work
Right,
here.
right.
Now, Dale brought up the millage.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when you guys started being closed on Mondays.
Yeah.
Will that ever go back? Will it ever change, or what's the deal with that?
Well, we had to do that again because of funding. Even when we are right now at 14th Mill, and that's as high as you can go.
Okay.
It's as high as you can go. But of course, the money coming in has been reduced because of the property values, because that's what it's based on.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when we got our millage, it became apparent that we weren't going to be able to keep the hours that we had kept.
Yeah.
And then
And-
the branch sites too, right?
And the
That
branch sites, right. We closed some branches. We closed down on that Monday, but we did our research too.
Okay.
Because we wanted to make sure that when we were open, those were the hours that people really needed us to be
Right.
open. So
Yeah.
Monday was the day that most people just weren't
kinda
really,
like
it was a
down.
lower,
Okay.
it was a lower
Yeah.
day. And so that's why, but would we love to be open on Monday again? Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
So
a whole
one thing I love is, and you mentioned this at the outset, you're a hub
Yes.
for community,
Yes.
for community gatherings,
Yes.
for
Oh my
activities.
gosh, yeah.
And one thing that I love every year is the MLK Day event and activities that you all
and
do.
You better get there
With the-
early too.
With the, I know, right? With the
Oh,
reading,
Lord.
with the young man who
Yes,
does the
the
I Have a Dream speech
recitation,
and all the other
yes,
activities. It's
yes,
wonderful.
Yes, thank you. That's been around for a long time.
time, yeah.
And Mr. John Rhines,
Right.
Yes.
and actually he retired. So look for
I
something
know.
really
I heard,
exciting this
I heard
year.
that. So who
Yes.
has taken over his shoes?
Well,
if you can
actually,
say?
he was a mentor for 2 different groups.
Oh.
And so Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated,
Mm-hmm.
so they have their group, the Kappa Leaguers, and then the National Sorority of Phi Delta Kappa.
Okay.
And they have the Gamma Delta Kudos. So they're 2 separate groups. He had kind of brought them together. So whether that will happen, in the next
Yeah.
year while they're rebuilding, I don't know. But I
Okay.
have talked to both groups. Actually, the Gamma Delta Kudos are going to be at the Blues, and
All
they're going to be
Wonderful.
actually selling water, helping us to set up chairs, taking them
Okay,
down. So we're glad
okay.
to have them involved. And I know they are rebuilding the Kappa Leaguer program. So,
Wonderful.
yes.
Still good things going on.
So maybe there will be a little twist on this year's
There'll be a
MLK.
twist. There'll be a
might
twist.
see.
I got a really good speaker. I'm not going to say who it is
Oh,
yet.
come on, you can
but
share
let me
with
just
us.
say,
We won't tell a soul.
let me just say that this person has almost 90 years of history in this
my.
community.
Oh my.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Years.
Yes,
Okay.
90 years. But
we'll have
still
to
very sharp
Come up
and
with some guesses.
yeah, absolutely.
Clearly, it's neither one of us.
Well, even was to put our ages together, it wouldn't be 90 years. But wow, so exciting. Oh, Wanda,
Yes.
storytellers.
Oh, yeah.
The Storytellers Festival. Oh my God, I love it, I love it, I love it. If you've never attended one, please come out to the Flint Public Library. And usually that's in the month of June, isn't it?
Correct. Correct.
You will love it. You know what? I love it. You get a chance to participate with some of the storytellers in their little storytelling, what do you want to call it, that they do, little workshops.
Yeah.
And it's so much fun. So I love it. I love it. I never miss it. But this year I couldn't make it, but I love the storytelling Festival. Yes,
Well,
I just had to get that in because
the storytelling
it is
festival. And a lot
awesome.
of people don't realize, and you made a good point. It's for adults as well.
it's for us grown
That's
folks.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Because storytelling is an art.
It is an art. It is an art form.
Yeah, and I have a lot of stories I could tell, but
That's for the
I don't
next
know.
episode.
Yeah.
okay.
Now we have lots and lots of storytelling for children.
Yeah.
And but this year the storytelling festival became an evening of storytelling with 4 dynamic storytellers who did a marvelous job.
Wonderful.
Brenda Harris, who had been our children's
Yes.
Our children's
I love
librarian,
Brenda
she's
Harris.
retired.
Yes,
Right?
I know.
Kathy Johnson, who's been
Kathy
active,
Johnson.
she came
Wonderful,
back.
Kathy, from Irish
Yes,
Council.
absolutely.
awesome.
LaRon Williams, who actually lives in Ann Arbor, was our MC. And we just had a great group of
Wonderful.
storytellers who came in and just shared all kinds of fun stories and stories with a twist, you know.
Yeah, with a twist. Gotta have that twist in there.
Absolutely. One of the stories that I recall was about this animal that was trying to get away, a small animal trying to get away from a big animal. And I remember the punchline was, you gotta run fast. You know, you gotta run fast.
Gotta run fast.
You gotta run fast.
Oh my.
But every year we have a great turnout for that. And the library just has so many different programs.
Yeah.
We have our book clubs, and that'll be starting up again in September.
Okay.
We're going to have a new book club with Michigan authors again starting in September. Mustard's Retreat's going to be coming back. And if you're familiar with them, there are
I've heard of
folk singers.
yeah.
And usually a lot of times we hear about them in Ann Arbor area, but they're coming,
They'll be here
and
in
exactly. So they're going to be coming in. So just look for our September or October calendar coming out soon with all kinds of great things.
And it looks just like this here.
Yep.
This is it right here.
Yep, but that's our June, July, August.
Yeah, that's June and July. But,
but that's what it looks like.
You want
Yeah,
to share
so
your
nice.
website with folks?
Absolutely. Our website is www.fpl.info, which stands for information.
Information. You are just
FPL.info.
Got it.
This
That's
woman
right.
is just full of information. That's why she is the community engagement and communication manager.
Well, she's
I'm
also
loving it.
one of our best buns.
And she's also Flint's best bud.
Oh, thank you. I love being a best bud.
Oh,
And this is only our second show. So
Wow,
happy to have
that's
you.
fabulous.
Happy to have
That's
you.
fabulous. Well, I'm glad to be on with you guys.
we're
I
so
think
glad to
just
have
hearing
you.
about the good news in the area is so important.
Yeah.
You know, and sharing things because there are so many hidden gems.
yes.
in our city.
And you know what? This is Dell's and I mission is to get out the good news.
Right.
Very
That's why we
good.
started
Get it
this.
out and bring people in so they can share, and we can just have a feast right here at the table.
All
you know,
right, very
and
good.
share it with everybody. As well.
Very good. Well, in wrapping up, I'd just like to say, make sure you get that Flint Public Library
Got to
card.
get that.
Nothing else.
Did you bring your library card?
You know, actually, I left it out there on my purse. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Bring your library
but
card. Bring your Flint Public Library, or get a Flint Public Library card if you
there
don't
you
have
go.
one.
You gotta have one.
That's right. Stop on by and participate in our programs. Bring the children, bring the teens. Oh, I forgot to talk about teen stuff.
Oh, the teens. Yeah,
Teens, oh my
yeah.
gosh. Robot Rally. We have Minecraft.
Oh.
And we had, I know we're going to probably bring back our coding and lots of STEAM. Science, technology, engineering, art, and math.
Right.
Yes, and all those will be coming up beginning in September again.
All right, that's wonderful. So
What
do you want
a
to do the teen thing?
plethora of activities. I think you and I should go to this blues thing.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think
Bring
so.
some
too.
booze.
Do some
parking lot.
To the
tailgating.
blues.
Tailgating.
Yeah, there you go.
Tailgate.
I think so.
It'd be
I
a lot
think
of fun.
So. Yeah, it'd be fun.
After the crim.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, it sounds like a plan to me.
All right.
Well, thank you again for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Miss Harden. You are just awesome, and you need to be a storyteller.
Oh.
Oh, wow. I mean, you know.
Let's see. Actually, I did do a story one time. It was St. Patrick's Day, and I was Wanda Harden.
Oh, I love okay? Wanda or Harden.
Speaking of genealogy,
Yeah.
some Irish in there.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you once again.
Okay, thank
you
you.
so much.
And we'll be back in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, in a couple of weeks. It will be August 31st,
Right.
as planned, hopefully. And we're going to have a couple more Best Buns. We're not going to say who, but everything has to be a surprise with Dale and I. So
Yeah.
tune in. And we want to thank you again for tuning in on our first podcast. We got wonderful reviews and views. And you guys seem to love it. We got all thumbs up, and we do certainly appreciate you and love you, because all of you are Best Buns too as well. Thanks again.
Until next time.
Until next time, America, you are the best bun. You know I was going to do boring. You are. Thank you guys.